What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 178 of the Rise to Glory here at Gibraltar, and today it's the Champions League semi-final. It's Real Madrid, and last episode, if you missed it, go check it out. It was a pretty epic Champions League quarter-final. If you saw it, just to recap, we beat Manchester United 8-3 across two legs. What a performance that was. Of course, we had a pretty good performance in the leg before that against Juventus, beating them 5-0 at home. Hopefully, today, in the opening leg, we can have a similar level of performance against Real Madrid, and then carry it as we go away from home. Just looking at the Champions League real quick, the other semi-final being contested between Benfica and PSG. Benfica actually 2-1 up after the first leg. 2 away goals as well for Benfica. Could prove to be very, very important. Just a little interesting scenario that's kind of emerged as well. Over the last 3 years, we have lost in the Champions League to Manchester United in the quarterfinals, Real Madrid in the final, and PSG in the final. And of course, we played Manchester United last time out. We're going to be taking on Real Madrid today, and there is a chance, I guess, that we might meet PSG in the final again. So actually a chance that in this kind of Champions League run, if we want to win the whole thing, we may well end up beating all the teams who have beaten us on previous occasions when we've come close. So that would be kind of interesting, I guess. But really, we need to focus on the here and now. And the here and now, of course, is this game against Real Madrid. Since the last episode, just a few domestic games to tell you guys about real quick. We beat Glasgow United 3-0 in the Premier Division. We then beat College Europa 4-1. We drew 0-0 against Manchester 62 in the Premier Division. And as you can see, we are going to be taking on Manchester 62 2 more times this year in the Senior League Cup Final and the Rock Cup Final. But anyway, let's focus on the here and now, the Champions League game at hand. And of course, we are playing against Real Madrid at home. The team that we're going to go with today is the team that we took on Manchester United with and that ran riot, it's fair to say, in the 5-1 or 4-1 win. In goal, of course, a little bit young, 34 years old now. That kind of surprised me when I went on his profile recently and realised he was as old as that. He feels like he's still a young kid, really. Then we've got Kabasele, of course, at left back, the Belgium. At right back, it's the Ukrainian Gaiganov, having a fantastic season. And actually, Gaiganov is one of the big earners at the club. He's actually the third highest paid player, I do believe. But when you look at his average ratings over the last few years, it's kind of, he deserves to be paid that much, I guess you could argue. So far this season, 21 league games, an 8.43 average rating in those. And in the Champions League, he's been equally impressive. A 7.94 average rating for him, just across all our different Champions League games. Of course, Assad and Mustafa in the middle. Nothing kind of too out of the ordinary there. It feels like this kind of back four's really been an item for quite some time now. And actually, if we just check it with Assad here, it's been kind of like this for the last 5 years. Just a little interesting thing of note. Assad has 8 goals in the league, and he also has 2 more in Europe. 10 goals, not a little bad total, really, for a centre-back. Anyway, moving on to the midfield, it's going to be Mini Mosca holding the fort in the defensive midfielder role. At left centre mid, we go with Gilvan playing the box-to-box midfielder. The Brazilian, obviously a cracking player, capable of a wonder goal or two. Would be nice for him to get one today, of course. We then have Volsky at right centre-back as kind of our playmaker. Centre attacking mid, Sebastian Girard. And then up top, it's the Duz-Mosca combo that actually started the game against Manchester United in the second leg. Nothing too out of the ordinary there, really. So anyway, that's the team that we've got. Hopefully we can give a great performance in the first leg. On the bench, we've got a few options with the likes of Junior, Paul Smith, Glenn Andre. Then we've got some defensive options, of course, in the form of Villalba, Tiago and Juan. Juan has actually done really well this year, the 19-year-old. Continued to develop. Shame about the 13 tackling, but I believe it's like 13.4. Yeah, you can see here it is. So he's close to getting it up to that elusive 14 mark. That would be great if he could do it. And all in all, you look at our team, and I feel fairly good about this. Obviously, it's been a bit of a mixed bag, really, the Champions League so far this year. But we've beaten Benfica fairly convincingly, scoring 4 goals. Twice, actually, against them to win 4-2 and 4-3. We've hammered Juventus and we've hammered United. We've scored lots of goals. Hopefully we can kind of continue with that today. Just looking real quick at the Real Madrid side, they've still got Alexander Rogachev. He's getting a little bit old now, but he's still an absolutely insane striker. One of the best strikers I've probably seen in FM this year, to be honest. 33 years old, 20 finishing, 20 composure, 20 off the ball. Yeah, he's quite good. Other players they've got, Lowell, of course. If you missed last episode, he's our new player. £130 million. Hopefully he doesn't score too many great goals against us today. That's kind of the worry, I guess. He's a good player. We've got to try and shut him down at centre attacking mid. They've, of course, also got Daniele Russo out on the right-hand side, a fantastic player. Out on the left, they've got Kovacic. who's another great player. To be honest, their whole team is pretty sick for Real Madrid. They've got Grumel here, who's an insane German playmaker. It's perhaps worth noting that likes of Rogachev, Russo, Grumel, and I think just those three really, they're all above the age of 30. So this is a Real Madrid side that's aging a little bit, and the fact they let Lowell go to me surprises me a little. Anyway, last time we met Real Madrid was in that final. We're going to ask the players to take revenge. A few of the players remembering that fixture, of course, the Champions League final 2 years ago now. And, well, we're at home for the first leg. We're in our away kit because our colours clash with Real Madrid, clearly. Hopefully we can have a good start here and a good performance in kind of on the whole, I guess. Really defensively, we need to be solid today. We need to prevent away goals being conceded and hopefully take the game to them. Looking at the stats early on, it's what we're doing. We are playing very, very well right now. That said, Real Madrid playing their wider system could cause us some problems. But we'll see what we can do. As we're actually on the attack here, Giroud with Mosca on ahead. Can't pick out the pass, but it still finds its way to him. Gaiganov on the overlap. Can he get the ball in? Duz is there. Tries to squeeze away the shot. It was actually a really good save by the keeper. Looking at the stats early on, we are dominating possession. We've had more kind of half chances. Real Madrid yet to really get going in this game. That said, they're on the counter now. They've got lots of men forward as well. Fernando on the right back kind of position. Can he do anything? Lays it inside to Russo. Leads to nothing. But there's another highlight immediately. Mini Mosca. Cabaselli can't quite get the ball in. Might get a second chance here though. To Mini Mosca. Nice switch of play. Gaiganov beats his man, lays it into Giroud, hits it. I think that was a clear-cut chance that time. In fact, it wasn't. It was a good save, though, by the keeper. And unfortunately for us, that corner, not even going to beat the first man. Can the second delivery be better? Volsky, Cabaselli, options inside. Can't quite pick out the pass. Daniele Russo gets it clear for Real Madrid. I mean, you look at the stats, it's dominant. But the issue is that we have to take our chances when they come, and Duz has just blown the biggest one of the lot yet. First clear-cut chance of the game. It was an offensive howler by Real Madrid. We might have another chance. Volsky hits it. Blocked away nicely. We're dominating this game in this early phase of play, but we have nothing to show for it yet. The ball's still in a dangerous area. Gilvan. Mosca offside, unfortunately. Real Madrid still yet to have a shot. I mean, this is the kind of the level of performance we've put in the Champions League throughout this year. The issue is Real Madrid have so many good players going forward. They can probably make something out of nothing. Rogachev. I thought he was going to score a screamer there. It goes blazing over the crossbar. 30 minutes gone. Real Madrid yet to hit the target. They've had 41% possession to our 59. We're the better team. We're the better team, and we're not really doing a whole lot to kind of make that show, I guess, on the scoreline. You can see 6 half chances now for us alongside that one clear-cut chance. And really, in the last few games that we've had in the Champions League, we've been unbelievably clinical. And, well, simply put, that has not been the case so far this game. And now Real Madrid have a chance. Rogachev, 20 finishing, don't forget. Nice save by Ludwig Young there. Massive save, really. Can we break now? That was a clear-cut chance for them. Duz bring the ball forward, though, to Mosca. I mean, what a time for the highlight to end it. I can only assume it led to nothing. Score still shows it's 0-0. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy with their performance. I want them to get fired up. Gaiganov and Mosca on bookings. Our striker's not having the greatest game. This might be the kind of game where Glenn Andre has to come on and perhaps make a name for himself. The 19-year-old French striker. Not to fall back on him too much in Europe this year. You know, most of our games we've had goals in us. There's been very few games where we've struggled to score. But this is one where we are looking a little bit sluggish. That said, we are on the attack. We are down a man, though. I don't know who that is receiving treatment. It's Junior. I guess he's getting warmed up, actually. It doesn't even matter. Mosca, back post. It's offside. It's offside. Everyone sit down. I thought the lino wasn't moving there, and the reason he wasn't moving is because Mosca was offside. I got excited. A goal. Something we've been craving, unfortunately for us. The linesman's flag, well, it denies us. 66 minutes gone. This has really got to be where I consider some changes, because we're still dominating the game. We've not really created quite so much in the second half. Volsky not having the craziest game. I'm going to make a few gambles here, actually. I'm going to bring in Vincinius, and I'm also going to bring in Glenn Andre for Mosca. The double change, 2 youngsters coming on, 2 players who have been kind of slowly bedded into our first team over the last few years. They're kind of ready now for that football. Let's see what they can do. Glenn Andre, he had a chance. He had a chance fall his way. It was Vincinius as well with the free kick forward. So good to see both the players getting involved early on. Unfortunately, the end product not quite there. Mustafa wins a header. Can't direct it goalwards. 20 minutes left. Time still kind of trickling away here. Real Madrid will be very, very happy if they can get out of this without having conceded. As we have another set piece here. Giroud to Vincinius. Lays it to Gilvan. Options in the middle. Crosses it in. Glenn Andre's there. It's a penalty. Rui Costa fouls Glenn Andre. And I can only assume it's going to be Giroud for the penalty. It is. Assad not moving. I mean, get the physio on. He's got a bruised rib. We'll risk it. Gibraltar, lovely goal. We've deserved that. We've dominated this game. It's his 40th of the season for the Belgium. Great performance. Sad on a bruised rib. I don't really want to take him off with a bruised rib. I could bring in Juan. The issue is it's such a big game. I don't know if I can afford to bring on the youngster. Not at this stage. Not with the goal kind of slender lead. If we were 2 goals up, I'd be a lot more willing to make that change at centre-back. But it's only a bruised rib. It's not a super serious injury, so we're going to stick with it. Worth noting that Real Madrid changed their system a little bit. They've moved Lowell out onto the left side. Russo with a chance. Daniele Russo with the immediate reply. Maybe I should have taken off Assad. I mean, that's just heartbreaking. We've dominated the game. And it's taken, what, Real Madrid 35 seconds to equalise. And it's a man that we know all too well. I'm going to have to take off Assad. I can only assume that injury hindered his ability. His condition really, really low for bruised ribs. Well, bring in Juan. He's a youngster. He's got 10 minutes to survive if he can. Real Madrid on the attack here. Makaya. Lowell, the player who will be, of course, moving to us at the end of the season. It's going to be Real Madrid maybe with a late chance here. Fernando turning into some trouble, but manages to get the ball away. That's a missed tackle as well. They cross it in. Russo hits the woodwork. Juan gets it clear. Questionable marking, but we didn't concede. And it's going to be 1-1, you'd imagine, at the end of the first leg. Unless there's a late goal, it's cleared away. That's going to be all she wrote. 1-1. Real Madrid going to be happy to get the away goal. To be fair to Real Madrid, they did have 2 clear-cut chances. The players aren't happy that I've told them I was pleased with that performance. I thought the performance was good. 1-1 is not a bad result, certainly. We were the better team for large spells of the game as well. I was happy with the performance, not necessarily kind of our goal-scoring display. The players didn't like it, though. Assad out for 4 to 5 days. He will be back for the second leg. Right, well, we've got that to think about. Hopefully, you guys stick around. That was an interesting first leg. Still very much all in the balance. Plenty to play for. We've now got a chance to go to the Bernabeu and really upset the Madrid fans. And hopefully, we'll be doing that in just a short second. Okay, guys, so we are back here for the second game against, well, Gary Monk's Real Madrid. I kind of forgot he was managing them. I've just noticed it there. He's been quite a good manager for them. I feel like we made a joke about this 2 years ago, but he beat us in the Champions League final, so I've got to give him respect for that. Since the last game, a week's passed. In that week, nothing really at club level. I did, however, have to start playing my World Cup squad, actually, for, as you can see here, the Gibraltar side. So that's kind of interesting. I've got about a week, I believe, to finish off my squad kind of selection. It's an initial squad of 30 for the 12th of May. So I've got a little bit of time, but kind of the squad's slowly taking shape. A few new names in there, perhaps, to give us a bit more of a degree of flexibility in the team. But all in all, I'm really looking forward to the summer, actually. It's going to be really exciting to see kind of the World Cup get underway. But anyway, we have got to focus on the Real Madrid game now. Of course, the first leg, such a tight game. We deserved to win it. I think it says a lot, actually. I was looking at this game in hindsight. Mark Berger, I don't know, he's Dutch, but their goalkeeper, he got man of the match. Really says a lot about how the game went for us. We were by far and away the better team. And actually, going into today's game against Real Madrid, I have decided we're going to play the same system. I have got a little bit of a dilemma, and that's the fact that Jorge Assad is struggling for condition. You can see here, 84%, of course, been out with bruised ribs. I could play Juan, but he's just a bit young. The only other option I really have is Gary Horst, who is a very experienced centre-back, to be fair, the 30-year-old. And he's good, and part of me is now wondering, should I play him instead? I think he's going to be the man on the bench, at least. There's a pretty high chance that Assad is going to have to come off, regardless of kind of how the game goes. With that in mind, I think it probably makes most sense just to start with Gary Horst. I feel like this is the kind of game where attacking subs are probably going to be more important for us than kind of trying to shut up defensively. We've got players who are capable of doing that on the bench anyway. So no, we will start Gary Horst, but other than that, squad is completely the same. I'm going to stick with the 4-3-1-2. It helped us dominate the game at home. I'm hoping we're going to get similar results here today against a Real Madrid side, which looks relatively unchanged. There's no changes that I've noticed there. Rogachev, Lowell, Russo, Kovacic. They've got a good team of Real Madrid. That front four absolutely terrifies me. It's going to be a tricky day for Horst and co. But we showed last game that we really can shut them down. And I'm hoping that that is what we're going to do again here, away from home. We're at the Bernabeu. Never easy to come to this ground, one of the most iconic grounds in world football. It's a fortress, and it would have been nice if we could have taken a little bit more advantage of the first leg and kind of really made that count. Anyway, Real Madrid actually getting an injury early on. Guess that works. One less sub for them. But that said, they're bringing the ball forward here. It's a counter-attack. Rogachev lays it out wide. Cabasele, nice tackle by him. And, well, now we get a chance to regroup. Gary Horst into Girard. Nice build-up play here, but that pass is cut out. Real Madrid now on the ball. It's a big ball up to Lawal, our future man. £120 million worth of player down there on the right-hand side. He whips it in. Kovacic gets there. It hits the underside of the crossbar. Mustafa gets it clear. Real Madrid really dominating in the early spells of this game. 67% of possession in their favour. And they are the team having all the shots at the moment. And that kind of leaves me a little bit worried for how this game's going to go. I'm wondering if it's worth us trying to hit them on the break just a little bit more and playing a little bit less attacking. Maybe. Real Madrid are going to commit men forward in this game. Let's make that change. It's a risk. I feel like Mini Moscow's perhaps got to drop a little bit deeper. In an ideal world, I'd probably also move Sebastian Girard to play centre mid and kind of play basically the 4-3-1-2, but with the one being the defensive mid instead of a cam. But unfortunately for us, Girard can't play centre mid, so we're going to go with this. But yeah, we're going to try and hit them on the break. I think that could actually work in our favour. Looks like Real Madrid are committing a lot of men forward, and well, they are the team with the ball here and committing men forward. But we've got plenty of men in position to hopefully deal with this attack as it develops. Nice little bit of interplay by them. Lots of space actually over on this left-hand side. Rajado going to bring the ball forward. Their right back crosses it in. Gaiganov clears it, but it's not convincing. Had a little bit more time on there to get rid of it. And now, well, they've still got the ball. It's a sustained period of pressure. Gromel to Daniele Russo. Number 10, Fredzin Rogachev. He's offside. It was saved by Ludwig Jung as well. The game very much in Real Madrid's hands right now. And I don't know how comfortable I feel about how we've performed thus far in this game. I feel like we're going to struggle to hold on in this game. We are going to need a goal as well. That's the other thing worth considering at this point, is the fact that, I mean, this is okay so far, but we are going to need a goal because this is a Real Madrid side who got an away goal against us, and that could cause us some problems. I'm going to change the team a little bit. I'm actually going to switch to a 4-3-3, I think. I do need us to play a little bit wider, but I am going to get the players to be less inclined to look for the overlap. I feel like our fullbacks need to be a little bit more conservative in their positioning, particularly with the likes of Russo out wide. There's a risk that they could get caught a little bit out of position in this kind of game. But no, we're going to stick with kind of the counter-attacking philosophy that we've kind of picked up in this game and that we used many years ago now, really, in the earlier stages of our Champions League campaigns. And I'm hoping that we can make something happen here. Real Madrid, though, bring the ball forward. Gromel to Makea. Now with Gromel again. Cabasele with the initial tackle. Cleared away now. Now can we break? Girard, it's not a great ball to Mosca there. Of course, with this game, it doesn't really change the match too much for us if Real Madrid score. It does mean that we can't just grab one goal and go through, but it would see us still needing one goal to take it to extra time. So whilst I'm concerned about conceding a goal, our real prerogative here has got to be to go up the other end and score. As Cabasele gives away a penalty. Not for the first time in his career he's done that for us. Is it going to be Gromel? It is, to take it. He sends Young the wrong way. It's 1-0 Real Madrid. They've been the better team. I'm going to change the system. And I think the system we're going to play is we're going to switch to the asymmetric system, which I've used a few times. We've not called upon it as much as I imagined we might. But this seems like a pretty good game to really kind of let it fly, I guess. I'm going to take off Girard and I'm going to bring in Glenn Andre to play the centre mid attack role. Mini Mosca also struggling a little bit there. Unfortunately, the only real option I've got is Thiago. We'll have to bring him in. He's not the greatest playmaker, really. I mean, he's got 15 passing and 15 vision, so he's capable. But he isn't necessarily the player I'd want to play in this game, in that deep line playmaker, if I could have a choice of any player in world football. But regardless, we're going to make a double change. We need a goal. The counter-attacking philosophy not really working for us. This asymmetric system has potential. I've used it to a degree of success in other saves. Can we make it happen here? Route 1 to Mosca. Can he bury it? He lays it off to Girard. Beautiful goal. So unselfish by Mosca, moving Girard up into that attacking position. And well, with our first shot on target, I've just noticed the Bernabeu is in ruins. We've just scored. I guess the stadium's been renovated. Let's just ignore what's going on there. There's a Sega shit container. Right, ignore that. It's the semi-final of the Champions League. We should not be looking at the stadium building going on. But no, Rogachev through now. Young needs to come big. He does come big. It's a block as well from the rebound. Nice defending there. It's a foul by Thiago in a compromising position, however. Very needless. He's come on off the bench. He could be getting booked here as well. Gets a warning, in fact. Lowell, our man, £120 million, takes the free kick short. Can we deal with it? Russo's through. Russo scores. I thought the initial chance had gone when we made that save with Ludwig Young. Unfortunately for us, we didn't deal with a set piece. And it's two players who do bear some significance to us with the goal. It's Lowell threading through Russo, who squeezes it in, smashing it past the Young. And well, now the task at hand changes. A goal for us now would see us go through on away goals. We have 20 minutes. We need a goal. I've got one change left. Duz has not had a great game out wide on the right. Junior is an option on the bench, maybe. We do have the ball here, however, bringing it forward. Thiago, big ball up to Mosca. Can't get there, but Glenn Andre, the youngster, picks it up. Duz thinking about taking him off. Can he have an impact here? Cabasele, options in the middle. Whips it in. Mosca. Duz with the rebound. Shirley, he scores it. It's 2-2. Do I park the bus? There's 19 minutes left. I think I have to, but I don't really have the options to because of the players who I've got on the pitch, which doesn't help me. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I mean, some would call this panicking. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you there, but I feel like this is doing what is necessary to try and get the win that we need. Glenn Andre, you are going to have to play as a box-to-box midfielder. Volsky, you are now a deep-line playmaker on defend. Cabasele, full-back, defend. Gaiganov, full-back, defend. We need to remain calm in this game. That's something worth mentioning. But I feel like the idea of looking for the overlap is going out the window now, and that we need to remain stern in the defence. We're going to try and hit them on the counter, I think. Higher tempo. We're going to play more direct. I could play defensive and waste time. I think that's probably the best option. We need to be more disciplined, though, now. Let's not mess around with it. Let's just boot the ball clear to Duz and Mosca and see what we can do. Girard's going to be playing completely out of position. We have one sub left. There's 20 minutes left. I should probably hold on to it, really. I am tempted to bring on a sad for Gary Horst, as mad as that sounds, just to get our normal back two in. I mean, we've got a goal here. It's 2-2. Cabasele whips in. Mosca with the effort. I thought the chance had been squandered. It's a great save. But Duz, who's having a poor game, and I was thinking about taking off. He comes up big for us, gets the goal, makes it 2-2. And, well, if it stays like this, we would be going through. And we are now parking the bus. 19 minutes to survive at the Bernabeu. Not as easy as it perhaps sounds. Any other ground, any other team, I have a little bit more confidence in the boys. But Real Madrid, they've been good today. Very good. They've had chances, and it's going to be down to us now to defend in this game and just make magic happen, I hope. 12 minutes left. I mean, Real Madrid not doing a lot now. Duz wins a free kick. Lopez in trouble. Gets booked. Let's make our last sub. Let's take off Gary Horst. Bring on Assad. Knowing my luck, Assad's now going to make an error, but it's a change that I have to make, I feel like. 2 minutes left. Time ticking away. 30 seconds. We're going through on away goals, but Real Madrid with the ball. Cabasele deals with it, but now with Grumel. Lowell, they might have one last chance here, Real Madrid. Russo, Mikheya, out wide, goes into the middle. Rogachev, ball dealt with. Just boot it clear, dudes. That's got to be over. Blow the whistle, ref. Glenn Andre, he wants a goal. He wants a goal, does the Frenchman. Go on. Crosses in. It doesn't find his man. We're going through, though. 2-2. We beat some demons there. We deserved it after the first leg performance. We came back from behind in this game twice. We showed great spirit, particularly the second time. We probably fluked it on the night, really. But we took the chances that came our way. Girard with a fantastic game. Duz getting an important goal. The Belgium duo. Getting the job done for us. And it does mean that we are going to go into a Champions League final for the third time in 4 years. Lowell, our future man, got man of the match. I mean, that bodes well, doesn't it? The fact that he's willing to give that kind of performance against his future club really speaks volumes. What a player he is going to be for us next year. Exciting times for us, definitely. We get £5 million. We are going to be playing at the Stade Velodrome, which is, of course, in France. It's worth noting that PSG are, of course, playing this Wednesday. And they're taking on Benfica, who we beat quite easily in the group stage. What is the result going to be here? Benfica or PSG? Benfica win 3-0. Well, we are taking on a familiar foe in the final, and it's going to be at the Stade Velodrome, as I already mentioned. They're all scout reports of Gibraltar national team players. What a tie that is set up there. We are going to be taking on Benfica in the Champions League final. Just as a reminder, we beat them 4-3 and we beat them 4-2. Two cracking games against them. We have, I think, the advantage going into the final now. I'm excited about that. That is the team that I wanted to meet there. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up this episode from me. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, Champions League final to look forward to next time. Hopefully, I'll see you guys for that one. Can we defeat the curse at the third time of asking? I desperately hope so. Hopefully, you guys stick around for that. If you've got any comments, obviously, leave them down below. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. And other than that, there's me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.